Hi, my name's Colin Peevely,
And I'm Josh Alexander.
and this is the Out of Place podcast.
Together, we travel the country to bring you to a new destination with each episode.
From current events to crazy stories, we discuss just about anything and everything.
So follow along with each episode as we continue to be out of place.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Out of Place podcast.
Today is episode 21, and we have been gone for quite a while.
We have not actually filmed an episode live since before Christmas.
Yeah, since the second week of December. Welcome.
It's been that long.
Are we going to talk about the elephant in the room?
So nothing's changed.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've noticed, but nothing's changed.
I got a new haircut. That's kind of what we're going for. No. Welcome to the new OOP podcast setup. We're still going to be working on the audio. It's a little bit echoey in here, but for right now,
Yeah.
day one, what do you think?
Honestly, it's not that bad, especially the audio. I would implore you to stay a little bit closer to the mic.
Yeah, all right.
That will help us a little bit. But as far as everything goes, we did a little bit of a test run, and really the only thing that makes it super echoey is when we get really loud.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's okay. We've got some weird coasters.
Yeah,
We're using
working
them
on
as
stuff.
coasters. We thought it'd look cool. They look okay.
I love how people come back.
The real
and they're like,
problem.
I'm excited to see a new OOP, and we just talk about our coasters.
Let's
for
be
20
real.
minutes.
Nobody's saying that. But the worst part is, it didn't turn off that time. Sometimes they turn off when you put it on.
Anyway, today we have big news besides our space.
We have big news.
Yeah.
Are you stupid?
Why am I stupid?
Did you forget to get the thing?
Oh well, I'll talk about it. We'll
All right. Well,
we'll
you'll have to leave and come back and
We'll
get it
save
and
that.
show everyone. But we do have a surprise. You want to save that to the end?
Yeah, sure. We'll save it to the end.
Okay.
For right now, though, we have a lot more equipment. We have a lot more things, a lot more toys to play with, as you can see by
Yeah.
our immediate surroundings.
This
It
was
took an
fun
hour.
to set up. It did take like an hour to set up. We don't know. So we had a bit of a camera issue. We set up all the framing and lighting to a Sony A7
A7 III.
Yeah, right. No S. And this blue light looked really good on it. Hopefully it'll still look good.
Yeah, I'll do some editing in
But-
DaVinci. Hopefully we'll get it
yeah.
to work. But we have new lighting, we have new cameras, we have a lot of new stuff, which means we can start doing some better content, I don't know if we should.
Especially because we also are employed now,
We are
so
officially
we
employed.
have money to throw into this.
We're
that we're
wasting
willing to
we're wasting
spend,
a lot of
so.
our hard-earned money on this.
To be fair, though, so basically our job.
What else would we spend it on? Our significant others?
No.
No.
To be fair, though, a lot of the money that we will be spending on this will also be going back into our job because
Yeah.
it's very similar to this.
Yeah.
It's kind of the reason why we have all this new stuff. So
Yeah, but we are talking about, because we've been talking about this for a while. We talked about a lot in our New Year's episode in a little bit of detail. We're going to start working on higher quality content outside of this room.
Yeah, and outside of, well, actually, it may also be in this room, but
As in terms of the podcast is my point.
yeah, in terms of the podcast, as far as just the podcast goes, we are going to expand on what we did last season.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention that this is the new season. This is season 2
Of Out of Place.
of Out of Place.
Episode 21, but it's still season 2.
We'll keep the episodes the
Yeah,
same.
why not?
Actually, no.
We have to redo that intro.
They'll get it.
Okay.
This will be episode 1. So
yeah, this is still the I was correct though. This is still the 21st.
this is the
episode
21st episode we've done.
but it's the
So-
first episode of season 2.
Yeah. So basically, season 2 is going to be the new year, and we're going to do it every year. Our new season will start around probably this time.
Yeah.
And it's going to start this way because basically we want to have a more seamless transition to the seasons
Yeah.
than to just hard cut straight into being out of place all the time.
Yeah.
So essentially, we're gonna start off a little bit in here, and then when it warms up,
My coaster
we're
died.
gonna get out of place. Would you imagine that? Wow, like the name.
Yeah, but so we're going to be doing a little bit of rebranding, but a big thing we're going to be doing this year in specifically is we're going to be doing a lot bigger projects.
We have a very big project.
We have a very
planned.
big project
A
on the
very
books.
big
It's probably going to
project.
take 3 months, but it's going to be It's going to be really big. It's going to be really important, and we're probably going to start on it in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing these. We're going to come back to the schedule of doing these every week.
Basically, you know how we told you that we were going to do a new MacBook video and it was going to be very different? Well, now it's going to be very different from very different.
Yeah, so it's going to be increasingly more different than the already very different standard that was already more different than what we were doing.
Yeah, they're both just randomly turning off. Anyways, yeah. Just go back to the Google Chrome. All right,
I got
fair enough.
Google Chrome coasters for Christmas, and I'm secretly stealing them.
We
for
tried.
Myself.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a big change.
Yeah. And this episode is to just kind of come back into the world of Oop and kind of talk about what we want to do in this season.
We're jumping back in a little bit, getting more practice back before we start going a lot of places, because we are going to go to some places that are, one, farther than we've gone previously, and two, are going to require some day hikes.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of work for the future, but I definitely think that we're going in the right direction.
Oh, also, things that will happen, podcast episodes that will happen, we are going to make sure they happen. We're going to do one in the mountains.
At some point, hopefully.
One
in the ocean.
Sure. No. One at Red River Gorge.
Yeah, probably.
And one, maybe two, as car camping videos.
Yeah.
That are also podcasts.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our plan. It's probably going to be starting more towards the summer.
Yeah.
I would say. But summer's not that far away now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. Summer in Kentucky starts in February.
Mm-hmm.
So it could, in all honesty. But
it could. I just have a few topics, really.
All right, I have none, so I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
First topic. So you know how we gave you guys an office tour? Disregard all of that.
Yeah, just like forget everything that you saw times 10. So.
Yeah, we will do a new one eventually.
Probably towards the end of this.
I'm looking at him when I say that.
Well, okay,
so that
we can shoot it Friday if you want.
Okay, that would actually be. Let's wait until. All right. So basically, the way it is,
we're very organized.
The way that it is that we kind of have all the rooms in this building now, but not all of them. We have every single one but two.
Yeah.
Until like a month. So I don't know. We can either wait a month and then do a new office tour. Probably will make more sense since that was like 2 episodes ago.
No, it's fine. We'll just stick to what we'll do now. I mean, again, everything's going to change so quickly.
Yeah, that's true. We've got a lot more change, and we'll be able to talk about it more in the future.
Yeah.
But for right now, it's just kind of a bit of a mystery. But know that we've got a lot more interesting things coming. One thing that I do want to talk about.
Okay, do.
And we'll talk about this before your big thing, because that's going to take up the majority of this episode.
I wonder what it is.
You would know?
I wonder what my big thing is.
I don't know.
We haven't talked about.
We have never talked about anything that might happen before.
Any of this ever. Okay, what's your thing?
It's not like we said it in every single
episode.
4 episodes previous to this, every single episode.
Yeah, no.
All right, I got 2 things. One thing's more important than the other.
Okay, go important.
But we're just gonna go for it. AMD released a graphics card.
They do that.
It's bad. It's like bad. So basically, AMD, their idea, which I gotta give it to them. It's a good idea for the current situation. And what they decided to come up with is basically they're making a graphics card that's just good enough that it'll have good performance for games, and just bad enough that miners won't try to go and buy them en masse. And what they ended up doing is just making a card that neither side wants.
If I'm AMD, I want as many sales as possible. Why are they?
Well, it's because they've got to keep their image up.
Ew.
Plus, gamers actually make them more money than miners, even though the miners buy them faster. Because the gamers they're more likely to buy more AMD stuff.
Yeah.
So basically what happened is they made a decent card, but the problem was they made it PCIe 4.0. But instead of using all 16 pins, they used 4 of them. And so it's actually reduced to PCIe 2.0 speeds. So
why?
That is the question, honestly. Yeah, that's really
it. Thank you for so much tuning in. Don't buy AMD. That's the lesson we learned.
Yeah. Basically, I actually saw a Linus Tech Tips video where they were building a budget gaming rig.
Yeah.
And they they tried out the graphics card, right? First of all, their graphics card wouldn't allow their computer to post while it was in the computer, which was really funny. But the other thing is that they said that honestly, the integrated graphics are probably better than the actual graphics card. So honestly, yeah, integrated graphics in most CPUs these days, pretty good, honestly.
Better than AMD. That's the lesson we learned.
Well,
today.
Yeah.
But
not as good as the iMac we got now. We also got an iMac.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Insert something of iMac here. It's
making me insert things. Why make me do work?
You haven't done anything
in like a month and a half, and I come back. I have to do work again.
So yeah, this is the iMac, somewhere here. You're welcome. It's 2017. 5K Retina display, 32 gigs of RAM. A Radeon graphics
video
card.
editing now.
I can do 4K video editing now.
Is my job easier?
Your job will maybe be easier, but I'll be using Premiere, so it might also get harder. Because we need a Premiere boy for job stuff. So, yeah. But we've got the iMac. It's nice.
It is really
Getting
nice.
a little bit off topic, but I love it.
I'm gonna go get a drink real quick.
Go get a drink?
Yeah.
Well, while you're drinking on the job, I'm going to talk about my other topic. And, we'll just have a heart-to-heart here on the video. So, I think that the biggest trend for the past probably year is everybody's making a smartphone. But not only is everybody making a smartphone, everybody's making a smartphone and trying to make the cameras as good as possible to try and make the consumers feel like they're getting a 2-in-1 purchase, a camera and a phone. And I think a lot of the times it's pretty successful. Like with the S21, it's pretty good. I think Samsung really kind of nailed it with that one. The cameras are just good enough that, they take really good pictures. Like you can do a 64 megapixel between all the cameras and stuff like that. But even then...
Enough of whatever you're talking about. We got it.
I've been interrupted.
It's here.
This is more important.
The new 2021
I didn't even start
MacBook
my
Pro.
topic, technically.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was doing my
sorry if I barged in.
exposition on smartphones with cameras.
This is more important.
So, Josh, you know how smartphones just try to put the best cameras they can in it?
Yeah.
And they try to make you feel like it's 2-in-1 purchase, camera and a smartphone.
And camera and phone.
Well, there's a new player. Leica.
Actually, I've seen this.
Yeah. Leica made a phone.
Isn't it really expensive, though?
It's very expensive. Well, okay, imagine how expensive a Leica lens is, right?
$8 million.
Now imagine you also put a phone on that.
$12 million.
So, yeah, it's really expensive, and I don't even think it's released to the U.S. market.
Yeah.
I think it's just Europe and Japan.
That makes sense. The flag testers before all the Americans get it and destroy it.
But it does take some good photos.
Is that a new camera?
No,
honestly,
not at all.
How do you think that'd be as a shorts camera, though?
That would be a good shorts camera.
That would be a really good shorts
Okay,
camera.
we're getting the Leica phone.
Anyway,
Never mind.
Yep. This right here is the
We have it.
2021 as a MacBook Pro.
iMac.
iMac. Yeah, it's as powerful as an
Yeah.
iMac. MacBook Pro Max.
That's actually more powerful than an iMac.
We got the Max in this baby. 64 gig of RAM, 4 terabytes. I have a computer again.
The
really
only
nice.
thing that you skimped out on was storage. That was it.
And
even that, you got half of the Max.
I got 4 terabytes. I mean, I don't know if I skimmed.
Oh, that was expensive.
Yeah, this was more than my car.
That's yeah.
It's actually around the price that I got for my first car.
Your first car?
Yeah.
That actually does sound right.
With the Apple Care and everything. It's really bad. Anyway, this is why we needed a job, people, to afford this.
But
overall,
for job as well.
Yeah. Overall, this thing is
Give your thoughts. Mostly because I'm going to need this for a project later.
Yes.
For the other channel.
Oh, yes.
So I need to give you I need you to give me all of your thoughts on it.
Okay. Good, bad, and the ugly.
Okay.
Good, hardware is amazing. Bad, software can still be a little buggy.
I think it might get fixed within the next 6 months.
It mainly the biggest thing in terms of I'm going to start with the downsides. The biggest thing that is stinky is whenever you launch an Intel-based app or a full screen app. It has this weird glitch where you have to double click everything, but it says to register a single click, but sometimes it doesn't register. So you're mashing your mouse to try to click a button, and then after 48 clicks, it'll finally click it. And it's really buggy. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
To be fair, Monterey on the iMac has also been a little buggy.
It honestly could be Monterey more than anything.
It's not fully, but I found that it's sometimes when you click stuff inside of folders to open another folder, it just selects the folder.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
You're talking about?
Yeah, it does.
So
as well.
I'll double click, and sometimes I'll triple click, and it still just won't open it. And then I gotta double click again, and I think it's loading, and then I go and I realize, oh no, it's just not done.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe a Monterey thing.
That could be a Monterey thing. Good things about it: the ports on here are amazing. I honestly don't miss USB Type A as much as I thought I would.
I did give you that adapter.
Yeah, and I really haven't used it besides the 2 times you've seen me use it, because everything I've used is pretty much Type-C or Bluetooth, which is really nice.
I would love to move to that.
Yeah, it is really, really sweet. Other things that are really nice. Keyboard, amazing. I've had to type 8 papers for school in the past 2 weeks, and I've typed 10,000 words, and I haven't gotten bored of it. It's pretty nice. It's not as good as that, in my opinion.
Honestly,
but it's
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be the guy that was actually my 2012.
My 2012 MacBook keyboard's a little bit. It is nicer to type on the 2012. I'll be honest, but it's not. This isn't bad.
This uses up more space than that does, though.
Yeah, this is not a bad experience. Screen
it's
beautiful.
Much better than the Butterfly, though.
Oh gosh, yeah. The screen's beautiful. The notch on the 16, not a thing. I don't even really see it.
Yeah, ever since you've had it, I've low-key forgotten about it.
Yeah, it's not that big.
We made a big deal out of it, but
it's not that big a deal.
It's not that bad.
I was just kind of okay.
It's still stupid that it's there.
Yeah,
don't get me
wrong. Yeah, it's still really bad. And honestly, the FaceTime camera, if you're not in perfect lighting conditions, it looks like an iPhone 4S. I'm not kidding you.
Really?
I FaceTime with Hannah a lot, and who's my girlfriend, and I can tell if I'm sitting in front of a well-lit window and I'm covered in light, I look great. It's 1080p quality. It's nice, no noise. If I close the blind by 25%, I look like I am on an Android.
Thanks. To be fair, my S21 does the same thing.
Yeah. It's
I don't know what it is. I think it's the software.
It's that meme where it's Wi-Fi goes down 1 bar quality. Yeah, it's like that. It's pretty much exactly what it's like.
But that's the same thing with my Samsung. If I'm in full well lit, it's amazing pictures. Even with the when it stitches the 3 cameras together and does a 64 megapixel. Sometimes that's even bad if it's not good lighting.
Yeah.
You've seen, it takes pretty good photos. If you've ever seen our album cover.
Have you seen our album cover?
Album cover. That was done on my phone.
And we blew that up to we printed it and did all this stuff with it. And it actually turned out pretty well.
Honestly, it's kind of funny because it has more megapixels than this camera, which, I forgot to mention. I bought the same camera.
He has the same
we
camera.
Have two
we
of the same camera.
Olympus EM1
so,
2s.
Yeah. So, but
nice.
that actually, my phone actually will take higher megapixel pictures.
Yeah.
It's useful if you want to crop. Yeah. But besides that,
megapixels and everything though.
Yeah, but the EM1 Mark II, it's a great camera.
It's a different level.
Yeah.
We're still using it today. We're going to use the Sony, but then we're just like,
yeah, the Sony.
I still have to do a lot of research on it.
Yeah, if you see in our short that we posted,
we
have that Sony, and it we don't know. We don't know.
Oh, I'll figure it out. But in terms coming back to MagSafe, amazing. The cabling, amazing. I actually really like how you can detach the charger into 3 sections. That's my favorite part.
Here's the thing. I got spoiled with this MacBook.
Yeah.
I can't have another laptop that doesn't have MagSafe. Like, I'll be real. I will have to make a MagSafe port for it.
You're going to do what Framework did?
Maybe.
And you're going to get that MagSafe.
But, like, I've thought about dropping all that money just to get MagSafe. And in my mind, it is worth it. Because I love MagSafe that much.
You're going to drop, like, $3,000 just to get MagSafe.
I also need a new computer that's, like, capable. You know?
Yeah, I think we should devote a whole episode to shopping you a new computer.
that would be cool.
We'll do that next episode. Why not?
That would be fun.
That would be really fun. So let's do it next episode. Why not?
Can you run OBS on your M1 Max?
Yeah.
Does it run bare metal or through Rosetta?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Anyway, other things. Build quality, solid. I wish there was a case for it, but
yeah, it does feel pretty solid.
Yeah. No bowing, nothing like that. The screen's rigid. Keyboard, it's not mushy. It's like it's like tactile. The hardware's been amazing. I've been able to do 4K 24 full res like it's butter.
And it doesn't get hot.
Yeah, it doesn't get hot.
It uses like 20 watts.
Yeah, the only time I've ever got it like remotely warm and the fan came on for like 1 second was I was playing City Skylines on an ultra wide monitor for 8.5 hours. It wasn't until like the 7th hour that it kind of kicked on, and I was like, I did it. I broke it.
And for comparison, like all the other computers that we have that are capable of video editing would like be
they'd explode.
dying.
They'd explode like instantaneously. Like I don't know if we were shown like the huge computer, but like that.
Let's talk about the huge computer. Let's talk about it. So now that we're not going to be using it anymore, we can just flat out say it. We have a Hackintosh.
Yeah.
I know, big secret that we've just revealed. We haven't hinted at it multiple times.
Before we had actual Apple computers, we made fake ones for the longest time because it was just easier.
And it works really well. But
or did we not? You never know.
Yeah.
Am I lying? Am I not lying? Am I trying to be cool? Am I cool? You'll never know.
All right, let's talk about the Hackintosh that is 100% real. All right, so it's in a case, and to be granted, it keeps the everything very cool. The case is
what should it has 240
I can't even
fit
fans. Like we wouldn't be able to fit it in frame. It's from Josh's bottom of his body to like here. So like basically it would fill up this whole frame if it was here.
Call me fat?
But it's huge.
Yeah, it is pretty chunky.
And
big chunkies.
It has so much going on for it. That iMac blows it out of the water.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It's kind of crazy.
The 2017 iMac is actually pretty I'm very
the
impressed. The
screen is beautiful.
Yeah, Colin actually has a good computer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I do have the best screen now too. No offense.
Sure.
I have 9 more inches than you.
Yeah, you want to take it to a coffee shop? You want to take it on the road? That's what I thought.
Might as well
pull a Marques Brownlee. Get a 40-inch Pelican.
If it was portable, it would be perfect.
You could get a Pelican case. Cart it around.
I'm okay.
That should be a video. You cart an iMac into a coffee shop and you put it on the table and start working.
No, we get an original Mac.
Yeah. No, that's
what we do.
I'm just can I set my Mac over here? Okay.
So, give me your top favorite thing and your bottom worst thing.
Performance is my top favorite thing.
Okay.
My worst thing is the software is still buggy out the wazoo.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't really have any complaints. The battery's next level. The screen's next. It's like it can get a little heavy sometimes. Like it can be a little chunky. Like I sometimes forget like how heavy it is. It's the same weight as yours, but like I had a MacBook Air for like 8 years. So like every time I see this, I'm like, ooh, thin, and I lift it up, and I'm like, no, it's not. But it's a hefty boy, but it's a powerful boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's all that matters.
Yeah. So I think it was worth it.
I think it was too. And you'll be seeing more of it in the announcements to come. But I think for today's episode, that's about it.
That's pretty much it.
This is Welcome Back. We're hoping
as far as hinting towards our big project, as closing remarks, let's just do this. It's gonna be about the MacBook.
That's all you know.
But it's also gonna be about the MacBook. It's gonna be about
the MacBook.
The MacBook. But also the MacBook.
Yeah. I think it's going to be it.
Okay, basically it's going to be about both of our MacBooks.
It's going to be a documentary.
There you go. Yeah, it is going to be a documentary, and it's probably going to be a short film. So.
And it's going to be a really long project. It's going to take 3 months, and we're going to have to hire a crew to do it. So you should really also think about hitting the subscribe button if you want to hear more stuff about it. Anyway, thank you so much.
We're also going to go to tons of other places, and we're going to do podcasts, but we're also going to do tons of other places.
Okay, bye.